Oof. I'm watching Time or Limitless. I found a way to watch it, by the way. You know, entering a promo code that got me, that allowed me to get 2 months for 99 cents. No commercials. Of Paramount Plus. So I went for it. $13 for Paramount Plus, but $1, sure. But that's not what the video is about. The video is about all the things that make Trump a shitty president. And honestly, I have to say, even Kamala Harris as basically the other alternative, functionally the only other alternative. Both of them, I think, would have been shitty presidents, basically because I don't think they have any vision. Neither one of them have any kind of good vision for what would have been for the next 4 years, which is now the next 3 years, or the next 50 years, which is what a president needs. The president needs to have vision for their term and, much farther out. As does the leader and the leaders of any nation. I say this a lot in my videos, but I think it's time that leaders of the world, whether they're political or corporate or whatever, train is coming, of course. Excellent. They need to, of course, do their daily job, the day-to-day. You need to have some sort of grand vision, preferably lots of grand visions, stuff that they want to achieve. And if all you want to achieve is, I want to get more jobs for people, or I want to get more land, or whatever, well, that's just shitty. I think the leaders for America for this day and age, the goal should be leaders for America and leader for any and all countries should be to create a unified world. That's what needs to be accomplished. Because the United Nations ain't doing shit. So we need to create a unified world and a unified world government that is effective and has authority over the entire globe, and over all the standard functioning stuff of the globe. All that would entail. That needs to be the primary goal. And everybody that wants to be like, well, and all the country bumpkins that are like, well, I'm afraid of the Illuminati and all that bullshit. Yeah, that needs to go. That needs to be rolled up nice and tight and thrown into the dustbin. Because well, too bad. And we need to get these corporations out of the way too. Because fuck corporations. Megacorps need to not be a part of that. You need to be sidelined. Because making a profit off of, like, normal things is not helpful. Um, it's just not helpful to the cause of, you know, the greatness of humanity. Um, so yeah. And if you want to think of it in sports terms, it's not helpful to the cause of moving the chains forward. So there you go. There's the metaphor for football people. Because I really just don't think that humanity's really going to get anywhere in terms of where I want to go personally, in terms of like anywhere like out in space and stuff, until we have a unified planet. Everyone working together in a real way with one governmental architecture and one trade system in, working under the same set of rules and everything. And once everyone has agreed to basically get rid of intellectual property rights, because that is something that's not really needed anymore. Having intellectual property rights is another archaic principle. It's obsolete as a tool. So we don't need that anymore. There's something to be said for for keeping certain things open source, and for keeping certain information firewalled. Like you don't want like schematics for nuclear weapons technology and certain extremely volatile weapons technology, or plague development technology, biological weapons technology, to be just out there everywhere, so you can just like download it and be like, oh, I can make this in my garage very easily. Oh, I'll whip that up and just let it loose. Okay, so keep that under lock and key. But the day-to-day stuff, yeah, just have that available. There's no reason to keep that, barred away from everybody. And yeah, once we have all that accessible, have the ability to disseminate information much more freely, and have the ability to have more research or knowledge collectives where people want them and are free to aggregate where they want to, then I think that'll be very beneficial for everyone if they want to be doing it wherever or going to traditional universities or just being in the ether of the internet, then fine. But again, a unified world. Um, that's the biggest start. And that's it. Everything begins with taxing rich people, kneecapping rich people, and boobs. All with boobs. Peace.